My fiancé accidentally sent me a voice memo meant for his sister, and what I heard about me made me. I was sitting in my car outside the cafe, scrolling through my phone, when a notification popped up. It was a voice memo from Daniel, my fiancé. My heart leapt a little, as it always did when I saw his name. We were just months away from our wedding, and everything in my life felt like it was falling into place. Smiling, I tapped play. But within seconds, my smile vanished. Daniel's voice came through, casual and unguarded. "I don't know, Sarah," he said. He was talking to his sister. "Sometimes I wonder if I'm making a mistake with Emily. She's good, she's kind, but she's not the kind of woman I pictured myself marrying. She's ordinary, and honestly, sometimes I think she clings too much. I don't know if I'll ever feel that spark with her again." The world tilted. For a few moments, I sat frozen, my hands trembling as his words echoed in my ears. Ordinary, clings too much, a mistake. That voice memo wasn't meant for me. But now I couldn't unhear it. The rest of the day passed in a blur. I went through the motions at work, plastering on a smile for colleagues, but inside, I was unraveling. How long had he felt this way? Why hadn't he told me? Was I just some safe choice for him, while he secretly longed for something, or someone, else? That evening, Daniel called. His voice was warm, as if nothing had happened. "Hey, just checking in. How was your day?" I swallowed hard. My throat felt raw, but I forced myself to sound normal. "Fine. Busy." I didn't mention the voice memo. Not yet. I wanted to see him face to face when I did. For the next few days, I became an observer in my own relationship. I studied Daniel closely, his affectionate texts, the way he held my hand, his easy laughter. On the surface, everything seemed perfect. But underneath, I now saw cracks. Little moments when he seemed distracted. Times when he avoided serious conversations about our future. The doubt ate at me. One night, unable to sleep, I replayed the voice memo again. Each word stung, but I realized something else too. He hadn't said he didn't love me. He hadn't said he wanted to leave. He'd said he wasn't sure. That meant I had a choice. Ignore it and carry on pretending, or confront the truth before we bound ourselves together forever. The following Saturday, I asked Daniel to meet me at my apartment. He showed up with takeout and flowers, smiling as if everything was perfectly fine. "Daniel," I began, my voice shaking, "I need to ask you something. And I want you to be completely honest with me." He frowned, sensing the seriousness in my tone. "Of course. What is it?" I opened my phone, tapped play, and let his own words fill the room. His face drained of color. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. Finally, he whispered, "You weren't supposed to hear that." "No," I said, my voice breaking. "I wasn't, but I did. And now I need to know, do you really think I'm a mistake?" He ran his hands over his face, sighing heavily. "Emily," I was venting to my sister. "I didn't mean it the way it sounded. It's just, marriage is a big step, and sometimes I feel overwhelmed. You're incredible, and I do love you. But yes, I've had doubts. Not because of you, but because I don't trust myself to be what you need." Tears spilled down my cheeks. "But Daniel, those words weren't about you. They were about me. You said I was ordinary. That I cling too much. Do you know how much that hurt?" He reached for my hands, but I pulled away. We talked for hours. He confessed that he sometimes compared our relationship to others, wondering if we lacked the passion or glamour he thought love should look like. He admitted that he leaned on me for stability but feared he couldn't give me the kind of excitement I deserved. Hearing him open up was painful but also illuminating. I realized something I had been ignoring for months. I was clinging. I had been so eager to prove myself worthy of love that I overlooked my own needs. I had been shrinking myself to fit into his world, hoping he would never leave. And in doing so, I had forgotten that I deserved a love where I wasn't ordinary, a love where I was extraordinary to someone. That night, I made the hardest decision of my life. I told Daniel we needed to call off the wedding. He was devastated. He begged me to reconsider, swore he loved me, and promised he could change. But deep down, I knew the truth. If a man had to be convinced that I was the one, then he wasn't really my person. I wanted a partner who chose me with certainty, not hesitation. The months that followed were brutal. Returning the wedding dress, canceling plans, facing the pitying looks from friends and family. There were nights I cried myself to sleep, wondering if I'd made a terrible mistake. But slowly, something shifted. I started to focus on myself, really focus. I picked up hobbies I had abandoned, reconnected with friends I had neglected, and even traveled solo for the first time. For the first time in years, I wasn't waiting for someone else to validate my worth. And with each step, I realized, I wasn't ordinary. I was resilient, compassionate, and stronger than I had ever believed. 1 year later, I ran into Daniel at a mutual friend's gathering. He looked older, wearier. We exchanged polite words, but there was no spark, no longing. Just closure. As I walked away, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace. That voice memo, the one that had shattered me, had also saved me. It had forced me to confront the truth and choose myself instead of settling for someone else's uncertainty. And that, I realized, was the most extraordinary choice I could have ever made. By the end of the story, I hope you see the message as clearly as I did. Sometimes heartbreak is the doorway to self-discovery. And when someone doubts your worth, it doesn't mean you are less, it means they aren't the right person to see your light. Because real love doesn't question. Real love recognizes you as enough from the very beginning.